Happy hour ended, but he continued bragging about the girl he met online. His comments about her being a solid 3 and the lies he told her created unrest among female patrons. He finished his drink, headed for his car, and slipped on his wedding ring. Something moved in the shadows. It was an attractive woman. She smiled, and her slender hand beckoned him. He chuckled, discreetly removed his wedding ring, and followed her into the nearby woods. She was the North American Deer Woman, and this is Legends from the Pacific. Aloha, and thank you for joining us. This is Legends from the Pacific, episode 95, The North American Deer Woman. I am Kamuela Kaneshiro, a native Hawaiian professional writer, speaker, and Comic-Con panelist with extensive film and television experience. I study mythology, I've encountered unusual things, and I'm a geek. You can support us by getting 2 or 3 of your friends to listen to our show. This simple request goes a long way in helping us grow our show, and a big mahalo nui loa to our Patreon members whose support keeps our show going. Later in this episode, your featured song, Hawaiian Word, and Jason Momoa is talking about my family member. But first, the Deer Woman. Various indigenous tribes know her as many names, but her more popular ones are Deer Woman or Deer Lady. She appears as the most beautiful woman anyone's ever seen, but she has hooves for feet. Witnesses claimed after some time they've noticed she has small antlers on her head. Stories differ on if she's strictly an animal spirit, but a popular theory claims she was the victim of a savage rape. As she died, a fawn laid beside her, so she wouldn't be alone during her final moments. Possibly because of this gruesome past, the victim became an avenging entity, preying on cheating husbands and men who are disrespectful to women. The Deer Woman will lure them into the woods, where she'll trample them with her hooves or sleep with them. While the latter seems not as violent, the man will become so obsessed with the Deer Woman he'll lose interest in everything, including his health. For the record, the Deer Woman has been known to help women, but she has also attacked them. You can dispel a Deer Woman by noticing her hooves when she first approaches, because you know what she truly is. Another way to get rid of her is through rituals, and she doesn't like tobacco. A teenager checked his mobile phone while his mother loaded their car for tonight's powwow. His grandmother smiled. "You look very handsome, my young warrior." He smirked. "Thanks, Grand." His young sister smiled. "Teresa's gonna be so happy." Their mother entered. "Leave your brother alone and help load the car." His grandmother handed him some money. "Here, buy Teresa ice cream." "Thanks, Grand." "Ignore what others like your sister says. That's jealousy. Take care of Teresa and she'll reward you for a lifetime. Okay?" A lifetime. Those words unsettled him, but he nodded and went with his family to the powwow. A lifetime with Teresa, he thought. We grew up together, liked the same things and movies, but she doesn't look like the women in the things we watch. Other girls in our class are starting to become women. Maybe she'll be different tonight. The powwow's massive fire in the center of the grounds flickered over its surrounding merchant tents. The family parked and approached. Cooked food and dirt filled the air, while drumming and chanting thundered over humming generators. Attendees greeted the family and always asked the teen about Teresa. Embarrassment sunburned his face by the time they left the second family. He met with his friends. They mocked him, but talked about Teresa. He smirked. Grand was right. They are jealous. The boys quieted as Teresa's friends approached. While their clothes were old, the girls looked like women. They giggled, said they just wanted to say hi. and asked if they saw Teresa. The teen cleared his throat. She's not here yet. The girls giggled, thanked them, and ran off, pulling each other's arms. His friends suggested they follow them. He told them go ahead, and his friends ran after them. He went behind a merchant tent, checked how much money Gran gave him, and let the drumming and chanting purge his mind of Teresa and people asking about her. Stars on the horizon above the tree line glinted through the powwow's light pollution. A breeze swept through the illuminated long grass field, then rippled through the field's darkened half. He spotted a path to the woods as something fluttered between him and the edge of the lights. A young woman who could be an actress or magazine cover model danced in the long grass. The light sheened off her skin and clothes as she moved between the teen and light's edge. His jaw dropped. That's how I want Teresa to look like. The woman's eyes fell upon him. He looked away. His face warmed as he realized they were the only ones around. He looked back, expecting she'd be gone or walking away, but she continued dancing. Her smile revealed perfect white teeth. She raised a hand and beckoned him. He went to her. He stopped at the light's edge. The woman danced in the shadows between him and the woods. I thought she was closer. He entered the shadows. The long grass around him rustled over the powwow's drumming as she danced along the trees. His sweaty hand clenched. Paper crumpled. It was Gran's money. He looked back to the powwow. Its massive fire barely cleared the merchant tents. The woman danced before the trees. He ran to the powwow. Something approached from behind him. He spun around. The dancing woman's full lips were a line across her face. He stepped back towards the festival. She frowned as light glinted off her narrowing eyes. "Hey!" a girl yelled behind him. He screamed. Teresa jumped back. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you." The powwow's drums stopped. Clapping erupted. He hugged Teresa. She hugged him back. "Wow, it's good to see you too." He exhaled and relaxed in her embrace. She looked over his shoulder. "What were you doing back here?" He faced the field. The woman was gone. "I just wanted some time alone." Teresa deflated and stepped back. He took her hand. "No, I'm good now." He smiled. "You look beautiful." Teresa grinned. He kissed her hand. "Come on, let's get some ice cream." Today, many claim to have seen the Deer Woman at various gatherings because she enjoys dancing to drums. I've also discovered indigenous families may have encountered her, but are hesitant to share it with others. So, this could be more than just a warning for young adults to be sexually responsible. In media, the Deer Woman is popularized in the series Reservation Dogs, where New Zealand's Taika Waititi is one of the show's writers. I enjoyed learning about this avenging being. I was raised by women, so while I joke about being raised by wolves, I've seen the struggles women go through and appreciate there's something looking out for them. I just recommend appreciating the Deer Woman's crusade from afar. If you like what you heard, please give us a rating and write a review. I'd really appreciate it. A big mahalo nui loa to Heather Lynn Watt. Heather not only sent in an email, but she was so awesome that she posted a pic of her sporting our Legends from the Pacific shirt on Instagram. Thank you very much for your support, Heather, and you definitely made the shirt. You too can show your support by purchasing our merch and posting it on social media. Don't forget to include me in your post, and I apologize if I miss things that expire in a day or two. In the news, Jason Momoa is developing a streaming series about Chief Kaiana. As you recall from our Kamehameha episode, Chief Kaiana is my ancestor. So we'll see what happens with this series. Our theme song is Mystery by Tavana, courtesy of High Sessions. Sound effects are by Sound Effects Factory. Our music coordinator is Matt Duffy, aka DJ TripleBypass. Links and show notes can be found on our website, legendsfromthepacific.com, including a link to your featured song, which is Wicked Game by Taimani, courtesy of High Sessions. Legends from the Pacific was written, produced, and edited by me, Kamuela Kaneshiro. I also wrote our original stories. Your featured Hawaiian word is kia. Kia means deer. An example of kia is Disney's Bambi was a kia. Once again, kia is Hawaiian for deer. That's a pretty easy word for you, because Kia is also a car company. Then again, another deer associated with vehicles is John Deere. But I digress. Thank you once again for listening. Mahalo and a hui ho!